Alright everyone, today I'm going to be making a video on how to make your BMW E34 sound actually pretty decent. So these cars, originally they come with a really old style of wiring. They don't really like to sound very good with just a plain old head unit. You have to do a couple different things, and I'm going to show you what to do. It's not too hard. You really just need to get this special adapter. I'll just get it all on Crutchfield. That's probably the best place to find it. So it's pretty simple. I'll show you. It's behind the head unit, if I can get it out with one hand. Alright, so beyond this giant pile of wires that you get with your head unit, you have this little box here that, if you can read, it says Scorch Floating Ground Adapter. Now there's a reason you need to get this, because these cars come with a wonky ass wiring of having all your negatives, if I can get it out. So these are your two negative leads. My GoPro would stay lit. Just a brown and I don't know what you'd call that, tan or kind of gold, I don't know, copper, whatever you want to call it. It comes with these two, and that's your basically your left side and your right side speaker negatives. So originally, before I had this floating ground adapter, I had to just have the speaker negatives coming out of the head unit, which is like all these wires that have black on them. I just have two going to each one, so it would be the front and back negative for one side, and then the right front and back for the other side. So basically, all you have to do is get this floating ground adapter, connect all of your speaker leads coming out of the head unit to the, it's supposed to be the input side, but this one, the sticker's backwards for some reason. I don't know why. But you connect all your speaker leads to that. Since mine doesn't have any actual harness adapter, I had to splice it and use these butt connectors or whatever you want to call them. And on this side you have your positive leads that go into the car. So you have minus the black, because that's your negative. The gray and white are your front, and purple and green are your rear. So it'd be left and right and left and right. Alright, so you just connect. You should probably look up a wiring diagram. I'm not sure if all E34s are the same, but one of your positives is a yellow. Where is it at? Alright, so you have yellow and black. Yes, the E34's wiring is black for the positive for some reason. This blue one's also blue and black. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but you get the point. Then it doesn't really matter. You can just look up the wiring diagram and you'll pretty much be able to figure it out on your own. It's pretty simple, straightforward. You'll understand it. If I can do it, you can do it. And basically, the rest of these wires are usually just your positive, signal wire, and antenna, which you don't really need in this one. I know some of them you do, but since this was the older style wiring, you really don't need that. But anyways, with the floating ground adapter, it pretty much just converts all of your speaker outputs into the 4, because the speaker outlets, you have 8 different ones for positive and negative for each speaker, because this car has your front, which is sub, your tweeter, and then you have a mid-range in the dash, but they're all connected to the same thing. And what you should do is get some kind of converter that splits it all so the frequencies are all balanced out, which I'll show you in the back. That's where I have mine, because I deleted my stock amplifier. Any aftermarket new head unit you get's like 50 watts each, so you're plenty fine with just that. Unless you want to go really crazy, then you should get another amplifier for all your speakers. That's pretty much the gist of it. It's just you get your floating ground adapter, wired it into your head unit. That's what I did first. I just got the head unit and this floating ground adapter all at once. Head unit's really nice though, by the way, if you want to get it. It's an Alpine UTE 73 BT. I definitely recommend that. And you should definitely get that off of Crutchfield, because it's just the best website to find any audio equipment. Either it's car audio, home audio, any kind of audio you can find pretty much on there. It's very handy. They come with like all the manuals and anything you pretty much need to know, and if you need to know more, they have a great tech support. But enough of that, on to the actual part of the video. So the floating ground adapter, you have wired into your head unit, and then it goes into these, which are pretty much just your positives. So I told you already where the positives go in this car, but some cars are different. Anyways, so you have your positives, and then this black wire here is your negative. This negative is what I was having troubles with first, because I didn't know, it didn't say in the manual, I didn't know which one it went to, so I just tried it out. And since these are the only negative leads you have, I just put them together and touched that together and played them all, so it sounded fine, and I just went with it. Seems to work pretty good though, so I'm assuming that's how they wanted it done. Anyways, so you have the black connected to the grounds, and you have your positive speaker outlets to each speaker. You have your front right, rear right, front left, rear left, and it's pretty much straightforward from there. It just works. That's all I had to do. You should be able to do it like that too. And now I guess I'll go to the back and show you what I have going on there, because that's where pretty much all the sound quality comes from, because that's where I have my crossovers, which are basically just filters, so you can separate the low frequency from the woofer, high frequency from the tweeter, and then the mid-range frequency, whatever that would be, for the mids. Now this car, I do not have the right size mids. They are only 2-inch, and I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be 2.5, but it still works. It's just sitting in there right now though, so it's not the greatest sound, but you can't really even tell from out when it's playing all of them at the same time. So I'll go into the back through that little door there. I'll go open up the trunk though and show you. It's pretty easy, but that's where the stock amplifier was. It's in the trunk, and then I'll show you what I did to delete that. Alright, so here we're in the back. This is my subwoofer box, my amplifier, and here are the crossovers I was talking about. This is for the front because it's got 3 ways. You got the woofers, the mids, and the tweeters. Pretty much the stock amplifier goes back here. You have to dig that out, cut all the wires out, figure out which ones go where. For this car, you have the one speaker ground I was talking about, the brown and copper or whatever, and then you have to take a lead from that over to the rear, which is pretty much just 2-way. You have your inlet, and then it separates it into the woofer and then the tweeters, so it's pretty easy. And then you just figure out where all the wires go, but that's the best method I could find to bypass the amplifier. There's my two subs. 2 audio bonds. I don't remember exactly what wattage. I'm pretty sure they're like 800 RMS. And then that's pretty much it. You just get the crossovers. I have one for each side, the right and the left. You just have the front and the back. It's pretty straightforward. Just figure out where the wires go, wire it in, and wire in your sub. I'm sure everyone knows how to do that already. But yeah, that's how you do it in a BMW E34. I'll go in now and show you how it sounds. Alright, so I finally got the head unit back in. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get the floating ground adapter to stick in there and then get the head unit sitting nice and flush. But that's the best I can get it. It's good enough for my taste. It doesn't have to be stuck in there with glue or anything. As long as it doesn't fall out when you're doing some good pulls. But here, I'll show you how it sounds out of this nice Alpine head unit. Got some uncopyrighted music to play. It's not the best, not the worst, but it'll do. really turn down, otherwise you probably wouldn't be able to hear me. Turn it up. That's just the speakers. Then you can go mids, I have 3. Treble, I have a 3. Let's see how this song sounds. Not bad. Sounds pretty good though, compared to how it used to sound. Usually with a lot of the high frequencies it would pop and crack like crazy. Some songs you wouldn't even be able to listen to, it would just distort the f out of it. Pretty clear though. No cracking. Doesn't buzz or anything from audio feedback, which I'm super happy about. Head unit does wonders. There's different settings you can do if you can see it. Kind of hard to see because it's a little bright out. But yeah, you get the point. The video's getting pretty long, so I'm going to cut it off there. Hold on. So that definitely fixed the E34 problem with whatever. I don't know if everyone was having this problem, but I know I was having this problem where anytime some songs it would sound good, some songs it would sound like crap. So I pretty much had enough, got a new head unit, and when I bought the head unit it told me to get this common ground adapter, and I'm like, oh, maybe that will fix my problem that I've been having, and lo and behold, it surely did. It sounds great now. Sounds like a stock car at least, with good speakers. Thank you Scar Audio, by the way, because their speakers sound great. I don't have the sub yet, but I will probably get some of their subs. But this whole car is full of Scar Audio speakers. Not sure of exactly which ones, but I know I have the coaxials in the front, and then the tweeters. They're the, what were they? I think 80 watt RMS, something watt max. I don't remember exactly. The mids are the only thing I don't have for Scar Audio because they don't make them that size. I could get tweeters, but I'd rather have a mid-range speaker, so I'll just have to find some or make the holes bigger, which I really don't want to do, but we'll see. But yeah, that's my video on how to fix the E34 common ground issue when you're putting in an aftermarket head unit, so you can make your car actually bump, and you could probably go to some competitions now and actually impress some people. Hope this helps you guys and your problems with whatever common ground issue you have. If you have an older car, hope this helps you guys, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching.